Hey everybody, this is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. We're on our second show today. We will keep it tight and keep it short. Texas U.S. illegal immigration problem is not really the problem. Let's get to the heart of it. It's an economic problem. The easy jobs are over, right? There used to be a time where, you could just get an easy job, and I hear this every day of the week when I used to work at Lowe's and as a management. People are like, back in the day, jobs were everywhere. You could just get a job. And at first I thought, well, that's interesting the way they're describing how jobs used to be. Because what they're really saying is it used to be easy to quit your job and go to another job. It used to be easy to just hop different jobs. And so what is that is over. That whole like I'm a hop and quit is over. Like that is gone. Like you have a track record now. There's the internet now. Even I was saying something to the effect of, it used to be a thing. Look at Tim Allen. Tim Allen has a great life. His TV show is about to come back on. But at one point, Tim Allen had a bunch of pounds of weed in his car. And he went to jail and came right back out and started his life over. There used to be this opportunity for people to start their life over. But with the internet and with all these laws and regulations, you don't have that opportunity anymore. So when I talk about the easy jobs are gone, it's because they're gone, right? The easy hurdles of just doing anything are gone. And prime example is with illegal immigration. We do need more immigration in America because we have a lot of people who don't want to be engineers. We have a lot of people who don't want to be doctors. We have a lot of people who don't want to do hard jobs that require boring tasks that you won't be celebrated in the streets. Number one thing I see here in Austin, Texas, is a lot of engineer men are like, I'm an engineer. And everybody's like, so what? And I think they've been led to believe that once they become an engineer, it'll be status and social status and women will fall down at their feet. And I'm sorry, that's just not how it is. And somewhere in America, we've mixed doing a good job, providing a skill with people should be falling down and fainting at my feet. I should be great. You should be grateful that I do my job. And that's not how it works. Like you do a good job and you get paid, and that's what it's about. Even in a group, I was in this commenting, I think over at O'Shea's channel, about more people need to focus on STEM in some capacity, right? In mostly African-American communities. We got plenty of people playing ball. We got plenty of people doing entertainment. We got plenty of people doing jobs we don't particularly need right now, okay? And when I said that, people were like, well, what if I like working with my hands? There's nothing wrong with working with your hands. Find a career that pays over $50K a year and work with your hands and enjoy your life. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a lot of young men who don't want to work with their hands. They want to work in an office. And they want to make $100K a year. And so those easy, like I'm just going to get into this $100K job and not really work hard, that ain't out there. Now, I did show a video of a ton of people working from home, right? I showed a ton of people, and I got article after article I'm going to show here today of people working from home, but they're also taking a pay cut. Why are they taking a pay cut? Because you don't have to be in an office. You don't have to deal with people. You don't have to deal with traffic. Also, bosses know you want to work from home. They know that's what's up. They know that's the trend. They know in 10 years, that's going to be a bigger trend. And I don't want to be like conspiracy theory or that, but there's a show called 3% on Netflix. Someone bought it up. I think Glenn Cameron bought it up. 2 other YouTubers bought it up. And I laughed because I'm like, that is America. You're going to have very wealthy people living in the city, walking to wherever they want, riding little scooter bikes, little Fiat cars, all that good stuff. And on the edges, you will have everybody else because you can't afford to live in the city. Look at Oakland. Look at a lot of these cities. Look how Oakland's changed. Oakland used to be considered black. Okay. Compton, black. They are no longer at all. And it's because, gentrification, again, people are going to move into the cities. The poor people are going to move to the edges. And everybody thinks I'm crazy when I talk about you're going to see more people moving back to farms. Look at YouTube right now. Some of the biggest channels out here on YouTube are people returning to farms, small time farming, men who are like, you know what, it was too expensive. So we moved out here and I work at Dale, but I live in the middle of Taylor. It's a very big thing. That's just what it's going to be. You're going to have very expensive downtown living. International city people flying from other countries are going to come in your downtown and love your downtown, and the edges are going to be looking a little rough. right? Because right now, the homes I'm looking at, people are trying to sell me wholesaler deals here in Austin. They're on the edges. So that meant they got in a couple years ago, 3 or 4 years, USDA loan, no money down, no money at closing. And guess what? Now they're getting divorced or something's happening and they can't keep the home. Even though it's cheaper than renting, it's mostly cheaper than most of what they're going to find elsewhere, unless they go to a really cheap hole-in-the-wall apartment. But the problem is they've gotten new cars, they've gotten all this new furniture, they've gotten debt, unnecessary debt. And so they're out here on the edges where it's pretty, but they also got brand new cars and drive those brand new big old trucks and brand new old cars into the city to work and commute every day. So if there's a hiccup in the relationship or there's a hiccup in their money get funny, they want to get out of it, right? So again, I keep trying to tell you this channel is about making more money because there will be a time when that window is closed. There's a lot of young men going, well, I don't want to drive trucks, Erica. I don't want to drive trucks. And you're like, you could get in a truck for a year or two, get out and go on with your life. Same thing with the military. There are over 700, 800 different jobs in the military. Looking back, I realized how silly it was to not even go. I'm like, you go for 2, 3 years. It's not about a Camaro. A lot of people make memes and jokes that a lot of these black kids are going in for Camaros. It's about the fact that several of my cousins who did not go to college went in as a mechanical engineer are now working at engineering jobs. And they ain't got no skills. And one of my cousins refused to even take the test because he's bad at tests. But he's in an engineering office with other engineers who spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to get an engineer degree. And he's in there. Now, he ain't getting paid like they getting paid. He's probably getting like 1/2, maybe, like if they're making 50 an hour, he's making maybe 35 an hour. I can't remember the exact numbers, but he's in there. You can keep working and building your way up is my key. So the fact remains is the easy jobs, that easy, I'm just going to show up at Chili's and work as a cook for $15 an hour. That's over, bro. Like, I remember being in high school and there was 30-year-old men who were like in the back kitchen bragging about making $15 an hour and also laughing if it was slow in the restaurant because they're like, we get paid per hour. Y'all back there getting paid per tips. And you're like, as a young teenager, you're like, that's sad. Oh, your life is sad. Like, I even knew then as a teenager, his life was going to be sad. So, but again, let me show some of these things. And so I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I always want to encourage you guys to make more money on this channel and invest, because honestly, if you invest in 1 or 2 rental properties, you're like in the top 10% of America. It's crazy. So there was a video, and I will make sure to pull it up. But a couple years ago, I brought up, at least 4 years ago, that 6 stores were closing. And people were like, no, Eric, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, dude, it's true. So again, you can go on, this is a little Debbie Downer. It's called the economiccollapseblog.com. The only reason I use them, I'm not a big fan of their negative stuff, but I do find that they collect article after article and they'll put it together. Okay, Retail Populous, Sears, Macy's, and The Limited are all closing stores. They're so dramatic. But the thing about Sears, I keep telling you guys on this channel, is Sears, unlike everybody else, it has over 250 different appliance companies. So that means that they will be all over the country regardless. You know, they also do some other stuff. So that's why when people keep saying that, again, 6,000 stores closing, 6,000. So all those easy jobs, those retail part-time jobs where people are standing around on their cell phone and not paying attention. Let me see if it has the whole one in here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I've talked about this about a good 4 or 5 years ago, and I have the videos to prove it. That's what I love about YouTube. I got the videos to prove it. All right, so 180 Abercrombie and Fitch, American Eagle. These 3 stores, these first top 3, can you guys see? I hope you guys can see. These first 3 were always marketed to teenagers, middle-class teenagers, or teenagers looking like they want to be middle class, summer's time party kind of thing. 223 Barnes & Nobles are closing. I'm not worried about this. If you talk to anybody who works at Barnes & Nobles or you know any management at Barnes & Nobles, the bulk of their money comes from the coffee shop, right? So Barnes & Nobles, if you go to some Barnes & Nobles, you'll see the coffee side is so huge. It has like 30, 40, 50 seats. And it has like, you know, a full like sandwiches, lunch bar, because they make, you know, boohoo money from the coffee part inside the bar. So Body Central, Body Shop, it's cheap crap, clothing, bottom dollar food, Build-A-Bear. Again, Build-A-Bear is, again, I put it up there. I put it up there as like, that's a luxury item. You want to build a bear for your kid, even though it doesn't sound like it. It is. Chinko's, a children's place. My sister, I told y'all last video, a couple videos ago, my sister got like 30 pieces of clothes or 20 pieces of clothes for 40 bucks from a children's place. I was like, that used to be expensive. So she got all this stuff on sale. Coach, 70 Coach stores. Look at this, $340 Dollar Trees. Now you go in the country and they got a bunch of Dollar Trees, okay? Einstein Bros Bagels. This is kind of an uppity breakfast. A ton of them are here in Austin. Golf Galaxy. Golf. When Tiger Woods stepped out of golf, golf died. I don't care what nobody tells you. 40 JCPenney's. Oh, even one of the guys who, I think Ron McPhee, who watches this channel on Facebook, he was saying he was at a golf club house or whatever, like a golf bar, and somebody came up talking to him about LeBron James. He's like, now ain't we all just finished playing golf? Shouldn't we be talking about golf? But he's black, so I guess people just assume he's going to talk about LeBron James. 400 Office Depot, Office Max, right? As more, there's some places where people are going to get better at technology and not need some of these stores to help them anymore. And this is one of them. The Course Radio Shack is gone. They're gone. 1,784 Radio Shacks. 77 Sears, 55 Staples, 133 Targets in all Canada, basically. Tiger Direct, 200 Walgreens, which is crazy to me, but again, people can get a medication online. Medication is cheaper. 338 Wet Seal. Okay, so why did I bring this up? Because the teenager in the family who made work a weekend at these places doesn't have a job. The grandma who worked here after retirement doesn't have a job. The college student who worked at Barnes & Nobles won't have a job. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? I think people are really when I talk about, when I'm talking with people and they're like, Erica, I really want to get this truck and this, I haven't paid my student loan debt off. I'm like, are you not paying attention to what's going around? People who have cash in their pocket, listen to me. And the reason I've been pumping credit repair so hard lately, I am telling you guys, last recession, people who had crappy credit could get nothing. And when you have your credit already shiny and you spend the next 6 months to a year just getting business lines of credit and getting credit cards, let's say you get $150,000 in business lines of credit, credit cards, all kind of stuff. And you got it from 3 different banks. Let's say all 3 banks cut your limits in half. Guess what? You still got $75,000 in credit cards and business lines of credit. Your company didn't die. But if you wait to the last minute to be marketing your company bigger, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. Same thing goes for a lot of these construction companies, a lot of these smaller companies. When they're marketing like that, that's how they stay alive. So again, this is the reason I'm showing this is because I'm gonna show some negative here, but I'm gonna go on the flip side and show you where everybody's working from home, and that's why you're seeing less people. Okay, the real economic numbers: 21.5% unemployment, 10% inflation, negative economic growth. So the reason I'm on this website, because they do give a lot of articles. They just put article after article after article after article, right? Every article. They find articles all over the country. According to the government's own numbers, 102 million people are not working. They don't have a job right now. But again, I've told you, there's a lot of men, women who they make money, whether it's the internet, whether it's YouTube, a combination of such. And they are underreporting per se. So again, there you go, talking about inflation, and you got to know there's inflation. I remember there was a man in a credit repair group and also in a budget group, and he was complaining about his wife's grocery list. And every woman in the thing was like, actually go to the store with her and look at it. And for some reason, this man just was complaining night and day about this grocery list. He finally goes to the store with the woman and actually sees what she's buying and goes, holy shit. That's true inflation. And the same thing on Dave Ramsey. He gets a call every week of people talking about, oh, my wife spends too much on groceries. And he's like, have you been to the grocery store? Even Dave Ramsey knows what's up. When I talk about going to Whole Foods, Grant Cardone be trolling people. He'd be like, he saw somebody's busted car in the parking lot at Whole Foods. He's like, you cannot afford to be up in here. And he was right. It's really expensive to eat well, to eat grass-fed meat, because we are in an inflation season. So I just want you to show you guys this stuff because I think it's super important. Hey, please make sure every single one of you hit the like button on this video. Give me a little help there. Hit the like button if you could, please. I appreciate it. And I will give you your comments at some point here. I just want to get through most of this. This is shadow government statistics. Now, this is John Williams' sponsored site. You can go on here on your own free time. I try not to spend too much time on here. I try to look at all the opportunities, right? Because I have a feeling there's a family I know. They have over 40 homes, but they have them all set up rent to own. Every single person that's in their home is in a contract to rent to own these homes in the next 10 to 15 years. So I always thought it was very interesting that people are not being able to afford mortgage. They're not being able to get mortgage loans, but they're doing a lot of this seller financing. And there was an article about a bunch of people getting bad, shady seller financing deals in Georgia. A bulk of them were Black, a bulk of them were poor, a bulk of them did not read the contract well. And so they've been working on this house, cleaning up this house, and then realized they're never going to own it because the way the contract was written, they're really not in a great seller financing contract. So you got to be very careful. So yeah, Brooklyn Black, that's what I'm telling you. During recession, everybody I know who had lines of credit, business lines of credit, people who had 4 and 5 Amex cards, yeah, they got cut. But if you have 200,000, 300,000 lines and active lines at more than one bank, even if you get cut in half, you're still at 100K. You're still at 200K. Your company's still running along. You're actually a company that can take up other people's businesses because you've got the money. So again, here's another one. Oh man, they're trying to charge me. No, that's not happening today. Not doing it. All right, here's another. 15 signs the middle classes in the United States is being systematically destroyed. Now, I would say I don't think it's necessarily always being systematic. I would say I think a lot of it is commercialism and materialism. And if you go to some of these people's houses, they have 100 toys. 100 toys. And you're like, won't we give some of these to Goodwill? Oh, I'm going to sell them in a yard sale. And honey, this child has already bammed this toy against the floor for 4 years. Give it away. Get rid of it. And you can see it. It's like they know the dollar amount they spent on that toy and they can't let it go. So look at this one. This is a big one. 78 million Americans are participating in the gig economy because full-time jobs don't pay enough to make ends meet. Again, you can go look at, these are real articles. This is the only reason I'm on this site. Yes, they're a little negative, but again, it lets you, they will go search down 20 different sites. In 2011, the average home price was 3.56 times the average yearly salary in the United States. So again, that's really expensive. That means basically the average house was $250, $350, because the average income is like $50K in America. And that's household income. Okay, in the United States today, 66% of all jobs pay less than $20 an hour. Think about that, y'all, in the United States. And I'm going to put that on Facebook. So let me make sure I copy that. Okay. Earnings for low-skilled jobs have stayed very flat for 40 years. Okay. Let me see. Where else? Federal Reserve. 4 out of 10 Americans don't have enough money to cover $400 expense without borrowing money or selling something they own. This is true. That's why you see all these savings challenges. Someone brought it up in the comments a couple videos ago, but that's where that's coming from. So again, this is it's a really good one to see. And that's the article that backs up what it's saying. Selling, look at this, selling goods online, house cleaning, babysitting, other personal services. online tasks, TaskRabbit, selling goods at thrift stores, other, elder, disabled adult care, renting out property, driving for riding service, other activities. Now, see, when I talk about Uber and Lyft, it's low end. Most people are doing all this other stuff, eBay, selling online, housework, yard, like hard work. That's why I was putting together the middleman to millions course, because I just wanted to show y'all there's so many people who can't do handyman work. There's so many women who are single with a home falling apart, need help. So, and people will work out payment plans. People will find money to fix roofs. They will find insurance. All right, so let's flip it back up on the good side. All right, out of the office, more people are working remotely, surveys find. 43% of employed Americans say they spend at least some time working remotely from home. And they surveyed 15,000 people. So, take that with a grain of salt. Those who work remotely do so for longer periods. Okay, look at that. People want to get up out of the offices. Now, not everybody can embrace remote work. You already know that. Engineers, manufacturing, healthcare, those are really hard. Retail, those are hard, but easier. Transportation, computer, mathematical, art, design, entertainment, finance, insurance, real estate, all those. So, and a lot of people, like I told you guys about my friend that works at Dell. Solid steps to wealth. Make sure you email me, because everybody got added on. It's not on the same website. It's on a different website. The course is on a different website, and you were all manually enrolled. It is let me see if I can even put it in here. I mean, for y'all to see that was an accident. But let's see. My bad. You didn't need to see all that. But anyway, all right, let's see. Where's that? Go here. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'm gonna share this screen again so you guys can see this. The course, I put it on the separate site. I put it over here, growthforleadersinc.com. Copy. Do you see that link there, Cam? Can you put that link in the bottom? Just go log in over here. This is where your course is going to be at on this separate website. Growth for Leaders. Think of it. All right. So everybody can see that. Everybody can get that. Everybody who paid has been enrolled. All right. Back to the course. Okay. So here it is. 1 in 3 employees will be working from home in 10 years. Is your remote worker policy ready? 10 years. So again, freelancing work is talking about how offices are preparing, basically, because people are going to keep asking, can they go home? Can they go home? Childcare, flexibility, equipment, space and location, arrangements made, right? So when we go, there's a group on Facebook called Virtual Home Workers of America. I don't know if anybody has heard of that. Thank you so much, Cam. If you purchase the credit business course, look in the comments right now. Cam put that link up. If you click that link, baby, if you pay, you are manually enrolled and you will be there. And if you have a problem with your email or your password, you can hit the link and it'll reset your password right then and there. Okay. The rise and fall of working from home. Some companies are saying it didn't do well. Some companies like IBM are saying it didn't do well. Some people are saying it just didn't do well for their company. So IBM is starting to pull people back in. Several companies are pulling back because people aren't very disciplined. Does that make sense? And so this is the other side of the argument. Like, yeah, we wanted to let more people work from home, but they weren't doing good work. Okay. Okay. All right. Here's another one. Growing army of Americans who work from home. Again, the numbers are going up. Why? Because people are living, like I just said, these people are living 45 minutes out from downtown Austin. They ain't getting in traffic every day. They are not getting in traffic every day. They're going to save themselves some time. Now, if you go by places, New England, 71%, followed by Mid-Atlantic states, followed by the Pacific region states. So I guess in California, they don't like y'all working from home. I would think it'd be more. All right, here. Oh, look at this. The national average for cities is 2.9. One of the biggest is Austin, Texas, 5% of our population, followed by Denver, followed by Tampa. Raleigh, North Carolina, 6.2%. Oh, yeah, I know. Lots of people work from home in Raleigh. Boulder, 8.5%. The lowest concentration, Lafayette, Louisiana, New York, and this Bloomington, Indiana. Let me make sure. There's always good stuff I want to copy and paste and share with people. So again, remote gigs, IT service, basically they're saying, how can you provide safety, essentially? Now, why am I bringing all this up? Why am I bringing all this up? Because I'm trying to prepare everybody for, if there's a change, you need to be able to be flexible and be movable. A lot of times, like the last recession, because my money was tied up with the coffee shop and all that stuff was going on, I was like, damn, I can't get any properties. I can't get any stuff, And so what ends up happening is you start missing that whole opportunity, that bubble. And you start having problems when you cannot adjust, when you cannot move with the change, right? And what is the change? The change is, okay, the economy moved. Okay, I need to invest here. I need to leave out of this city. The city is no longer safe. You got to be able to do that. And many people are stuck. They're stuck in tiny apartments they don't want to be in. They're not prepared, not financially prepared. And so at least if you're awake and alert, you have the opportunity to change what you're doing. And that's why I do a lot of this. That's why I do a ton of this, really, because I see the space to get the next level is like this. Like, you're almost there if you just put an extra knot up. Like, there's a guy on Instagram, I don't know if I can find him really quickly, but essentially him and his family were on a private jet. He's a black guy, not a rapper, not a musician, regular old looking dad who flips properties, who is doing things. And actually, the funny thing to address that, Frankie, the last thing Frankie said is, illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. There are apps, I really truly believe, that are basically, there are companies basically marketing to two people. Here are the two people. People who can do it themselves, DIY, educated, on top of tech, younger, whatever. And then there are people who don't and can't and won't. Like, they want someone else to do it for them. And that's what I'm telling you. When it comes to credit repair, I got like 100 sales one month, and I was like, what in the world? And I just did this video explaining every single thing. But what happens is people are like, Erica, I'm busy. I don't have the time. I don't have time to keep up sending these letters. I don't have time to figure out what's wrong. I just want someone to do it for me. I just want to pay and get it over with. And that is a lot of the mentality in America. Is like, I don't want to learn how to fix things. I can just pay a man to come over my house and fix things. There's even a preacher who talks about he can't fix anything at his house, and it was super funny. So the thing is, people have to learn. They have to be flexible, and there are a lot of people not wanting to be flexible. So I thought I could find him on Instagram, but clearly Instagram doesn't want to be my friend today. See. Yep, it's not letting me do it. You know, that's why I try to prepare beforehand. Okay. All right. Let me show you this, and then I'll show you this other one. Okay, so this is important. Why is this important? Texas is home to the largest Black population in the United States. Now, for a long time, Texas has been number 2. Now Texas is number 1. Who was number 1? New York. What's the problem with New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Maryland, all these places up north? They're too expensive. People can't afford it. They're coming back south because it's cheaper. Now, I went on a little rant saying, listen, instead of coming south and complaining about how Southern people do things, how they act, just get to work. Get busy, get to work. Don't be coming down here complaining, get to work. And a lot of people in the comment section try to say, I had never ever heard of that. I've never heard of any Black people ever complaining about the South. Now, you can say whatever you will, but you will always meet Northern people who go, I would never live in the South because of A, B, C, and D, right? And that does actually happen. It happens often. So I always tell people, get over it. Get over it and get here, get to work, build something for yourself. So again, this is on this weekend. This is happening Friday. She talks on Friday. I talk on Saturday. He talks on Saturday. We'll go see some of his rental properties and some of his development properties on Saturday. So again, if you're in Dallas. Let's see if I can get over here. All right, another example of people working from home. Now look at this guy. I want you to see him really quick. He has 1,000 posts. He has 778 followers. So you're going to be like, well, that's not a lot, Erica. But he sells t-shirts. And look at all the different YouTubers wearing his shirts, wearing his shirts, wearing his shirts. People he's never met. So let's just say, because I have some of these shirts. I'm just giving an example. I have the Stronger Thigh shirt that he's wearing that you can't, it's kind of blocked. Okay. So what is he doing? He's taking pictures and selling shirts, right? So let's say that shirt is $25. I think it's 25. And let's say you sell 1,000 of those shirts, because these people are working out. So what does that mean? They're going to be smelling those shirts up. So they might buy 2. So let's say they spend $50 on the website. 1,000 people buy $50 worth of product off his website. What is that? That's $50,000 off of selling just 2 shirts per person. Again, it's very simple marketing. When people tell me, Erica, well, what's the answer? Everybody's answer is going to be different. But look how simple this answer is. And he doesn't have a ton of followers, 700. Same thing. When people start telling me about, well, Erica, I don't know who I can market to. Find people to market to. Find folks to market to. All these people are different. Every single one of these people are different people. So again, if you want, thank you, Cam again. And look at your girl. Look at your girl on there. I'm gonna make a comment right now. Texas. Thanks, man. I'm just saying, again, you got to know where your skills are. You got to be able to be flexible. This guy's sharing my picture. I don't, again, look at all the different types of people. So, again, all right, let's go through some of these comments you guys have. Man, y'all having a whole conversation up here. Y'all better share each other's phone number and call each other. All right, Cam, round 2. Mrs. Love Jones, hello. Derek Bailey, what's up? Pamela C. Erica Nicole, what's up, people? Erica Nicole, I'm going to reach out to you this week. It's just going to be a crazy week. Got behind on work and figure out the piece of the course, how we can add to the course over there. Mike Polar, Classy Climbers. Hey, listen. Oh, while you guys are all in here, please hit the like button. If any of you guys know a t-shirt design person, please send their info to me, send in a DM, send it, message it here. I want to reach out to them because I definitely want to take advantage of YouTube finally letting us do Teespring on here. And so now, instead of all this other ideas I had, I'm like, I can put a few t-shirts up here for the Classy Climb people and work on that logo. So I just want to be able to do that. Again, just still showing my friend over here. I think it's very cute. I think I hit the hidden button and unhid. So I don't know how to fix it, Frankie. Sorry. I think some of your messages got deleted. I'm reading this thing down below me. Hold on, let me lift it up. I don't know how to undo it. Mrs. Love Jones, Sears is now doing Laraway. They really are. Mike Polar, Bay Area families making $117,000 are now considered low income HUD. I shared the article. It is. It's really, really crazy. Like I saw that article, and I think it's important. I think people are really, they're not really realizing a year is low income California. There it is. Yep. Teenagers who want to look middle class. Those stores are totally for teenagers who want to look middle class. Cam. You remember that? Let's see. Yeah, Mrs. Love Jones, that's true. Her daughter's paying $1,600 for a 1-bedroom in California. Soulful Shay and Frankie Robinson, you guys put your phone numbers on here. Don't you guys call them. Frankie's going to share that phone number separate. Georgia is still amazing. Like Georgia still has land for days. Cam, yep, building all those reinforcers so your credit doesn't take a hit for sure. And that's pretty much what's going to happen. A lot of people, this is why I'm pushing credit repair and also credit repair business, because you guys can talk to people I will never ever connect with in your sphere, in your city, in your local environment, and there's still 50 million people with under 530 credit scores. The reason I'm saying, if that person has a low credit score because they paid off all their debt and they don't have any new credit, that would be one thing, okay? But if they, and that usually doesn't happen because they usually have a great payment history. So even if they don't have anything active, for about a year or two, their score will stay high. But the reason I'm pushing that is because I know people who are waiting 7 years for things to fall off their credit report. And in the course of 7 years, every time there's a recession, it takes 6 to 8 years. And even though people are like, Erica, there's not going to be a recession. I'm tired of people talking about there's going to be a recession. I'm like, it's just inevitable. Nothing goes up forever. Nothing. So again, I think that's so interesting, low income. Yes, $20 an hour in California you can't afford anything in California, Mrs. Love Jones. Derek Bailey, okay, that makes sense. When I was in the Marine Corps, I was stationed in California, wanted to stay out there, but the cost of living sent me back to New Jersey. Ooh, Derek Bailey, not New Jersey, baby. You could have went to anywhere but New Jersey. I'm just giving crap. Just got my 475 tax deductions booked. About to go work with my Asian CPA. Top notch. Get the most, Cam. That's right, not the less. Not the less. Nevertheless, I don't know where people think they was gonna get less. Okay, again, Todd Capital, he's been doing some good stuff. CPA there. Derek Bailey's hilarious. Okay. They need a system model / business. That's me. No time. I have no problem outsourcing. Okay. You're welcome. I have to get that book. Most of them are dead at 21 and buried at 65. Yeah, you know what I've noticed? There are several people who, but you got to realize people are comparing themselves to who they live around, right? My mom knows a guy who he's super talented. He could go do a lot of stuff, but you know what he would say? He was like, well, I'm doing better than my family. And his family was like, his sister has like 8 kids. His brother's been in and out of jail. And you're like, what are you comparing yourself to people who are clearly in poverty and struggling. Like, what does that have to do with you? So a lot of people are comparing themselves to their neighbors, and they feel like they're doing, hey, I'm doing a little bit better than that person, so it's okay. And that's why I'm always encouraging people to live in the best side of town you can. Go to events, go to marketing events, go to conferences, go to these things, because what it will allow you to do is grow a bit. Like, you're going to expand enough to go, oh, okay, I get you. I see what I have to do. You know what I mean? As far as growth, you know, you'll get around people who are doing more, essentially. So when you get hungry, you will start eating your excuses. Yes. Hey, Ray LLC. Thank you, Cam Cam. Again, like this video, subscribe. Exactly. Erica. So Erica, Frankie Robinson said, Erica, you know how Engineer Truth is always talking about outsourcing to the Philippines. However, there's a lot of talent in the prison systems, a lot of artists. There is. Someone can use money on the books, on their books. They can. And here's the thing. When it comes to outsourcing, many of you keep asking me about that. I'm going to do a whole video about, if you actually start marketing your credit repair company just enough, $1 a day, $2, $3 a day, you could probably afford someone to work in your office at least 2-3 times a week. You can afford a mom who's going to work 4 hours a day. You can afford somebody who's going to be in there typing the letters. If you actually watch the course, we talk about how to get this surety bond, so that covers you if anything happens or any of your employees act stupid. So we talk about a good deal of stuff in there. Now, this past week, I don't know what was up with y'all. Y'all waited to the last minute, and like 100 people bought credit repair at the same time, and a bunch of people bought the course. And so, yeah, PayPal was slow. Enrolling people, some people were slow, but mostly every single body, 99%, I can guarantee, got enrolled. Most people got a invoice if they asked for one. I'm going to go back and look at that last video for credit repair, that 3-hour crazy long video. If somebody asked for the course and didn't get it, you know, hopefully they send me an email and we can work on it. But overall, most people are in there. Just make sure you're sending me your questions for what you need. What more information do you need? How can we get it solved and get you rolling? Because many of you ought to be able to get started here pretty shortly. It was pretty cheap entry level for you guys. For everybody else coming after you, they're going to pay like $300 for that course. So, but again, outsourcing got all this fame, but there's some of these MLMs who are outsourcing your credit information to overseas. That's dangerous. I would say your best selling point is your local, or they can call you, or they know where your office is via Google Places, you know, that kind of thing. You have selling points. Hey, Chris Lee TV. St. Petersburg is beautiful. Mike Polar, Erica, who is the black guy on Instagram who runs a private jet company? I don't know. Sway, yeah, Sway has a lot of good interviews. They call him Wall Street. Oh, goodness. I don't know on that one. Oh, Brooklyn Black. I'm choosing not to participate in the coming economic downturn. There's a great book from Grant Cardone. Is it like Sell or Be Sold, or If You're Not First, You're Last? Where he said that's a true. We have 4 different types of people when it comes to economic crashes. They'll go, nothing's changed. Keep everything the same. Just keep on moving. You'll have the cheerleader, right? Where they're like, I'm not participating. Keep your head up. And then you'll have 2 other types. But the key in that, even if there's economic depression, is marketing. Like, I don't know how to just tell y'all how excited I was, but if you didn't see the last live video, Evan Carmichael was here. Do you know who Evan Carmichael is? He has 1.4 million subscribers on YouTube, and he dropped into our live channel. So I just thought that was awesome. I just was like, did that just happen? But again, this is an internet. It's small, but it's powerful, and you can get out here and connect to so many people. If I just run, you know, there's this one company that's marketing to me here in Austin. They're like, man, if you spend 10 grand a month, you'll be this big. And I'm like, calm down. You got to have the infrastructure. You got to have the staff to handle the phone calls, handle the emails, and handle all the work that comes with it. People really don't realize that, you know, you could probably spend just $1,000 a month and be huge. and get 100,000 views from $1,000 a month off spending AdSense. There's a lot of opportunity out here, and I just don't want you guys to be like just deterred, uninspired to get after it, essentially. That's right, Erica Nicole. You got to be open. Oh, you're talking about the black guy who's in prison called Wall Street. Yeah, he's never getting out. He's in there for life, yo. I think they were petitioning for him, but he's in there for life. Like, he basically taught himself how to read in there. He reads newspapers and he learned how to invest. And I think that is crazy. Yeah. So, okay, everybody. I think we got most of our questions out, but again, you saw those websites. Again, I'll be in Dallas this weekend, so I actually see if I can look at some properties. But I'm telling y'all, let's get after it. It's so much opportunity out here. It don't make no sense. So you saw the numbers, you saw the websites. Again, this one's called, not to be depressing, but it's called the Economic Collapse Blog. It just gives me that kind of balance I need, like when I'm reading something. Also, I thought this one was funny. Patrick Buchanan, everybody thinks he's racist, but the funny thing is he's just cracking me up. He's like talking about, if you think about the math of 11,000 kids here, 250 arriving every day, 30,000 kids might be in custody by the end of the summer. People here in Round Rock there's a facility here in Round Rock. Essentially, the U.S. population, Hispanic population, is nearly at 60 million. It's estimated because so many people are illegal anyway, right? We're talking about 30 million people probably, several different countries. So it's predicted to be 100 million by about 30 years, but I think we'll hit it before that. So again, the country is changing, but where do you want to be in that list? Where do you want to be on the good side of things? Do you want to be on the ownership side of things or not? And people may say what they want about Pat Buchanan, but he's telling something real. And that's part of why I show these videos and these clips is real Americans are not trying to work that hard. They're just not. They're not. They're trying to chill. So anyway, what's this to say? Erica Nicole. Hey, Erica, what do you think about High Times Magazine getting listed on NASDAQ? Approved, looking to get listed July 1st. Everyone can invest. I'm telling y'all, that video I made, I should run ads on it. I should just run it as an ad, because that's going to happen in Donald Trump's presidency. I promise you. Jeff Sessions is barking like a dog, and he's doing all this barking. But at the end of the day, money is the money. Jobs and money. Again, look at this. Again, remember I was telling you that Oregon had too much weed, or was it Washington? One of those states had too much weed. So they were going to sell it to another state. They got to figure out a way to do it. Let me see here. How many credit courses do you have? I have a business credit repair course that teaches you how to have a business credit repair business. And then I have actual just credit repair. So you want credit repair, click the links below. Thank you, Cam. Again, if you want to talk to me, you already know, folks. You know how to connect with me. The links are always below. Cam's been sharing them a bunch. I listen to Tone Talks, but a lot of his stuff is begging for money from the government. And I just have no respect for that, right? Like, if at the end of the day, you think the government's going to come in and give you a check, go ask the Indians. Literally. Like, that's my thing. I'm like, he's way too smart to play the victim role card. Way too smart. He's one of the smartest guys out there. So there's like 59 of you on here. Definitely hit the like button. Definitely hit that like button before you go. Even if you haven't commented, even if you've just been lurking the whole video, hit the like button. All right, everybody. This is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Hey, you already know I got to do the marketing. If you haven't bought the Smartphone Millionaire book, How to Invest in Real Estate. There you go. The camera was messing up. Real estate, people, business from the palm of your hand. Definitely grab so. You already know what's up. I'll see you guys possibly later talking about tomorrow's show. I am working on my speech that I will be giving at the talk. But at the end of the day, you guys, I'll be checking emails the rest of the day. I'll be following up. If you have any problems, make sure you email me if you have not been able to get into the course, because we already showed multiple times it's on a different website, a different link, but we'll make sure you get in there. So like, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family. I love it. You guys have a great day. Have a great day. Derek Bailey, Chris Lee TV, and Frankie Robinson out of Detroit, and Brooklyn back. And thank you, Cam again, for being so awesome. See you guys again soon.